So late in 2022, I entered the GMTK Game Jam, but I missed the deadline with my entry. So I thought the mechanics of the game that I came up with were interesting and could be elaborated on to make something that might be fun to release commercially. So I did a devlog on that, and you can, if you're interested, you haven't seen that one, you can go back and see that one previously. But I figured I would try to flesh out the game and release it on Steam. So since then, since the last devlog really, I've revamped many things, added more content, creatures, and mechanics, though it has been several months since I've been able to do any serious work on the game, but that's changing, thankfully. What you're seeing is what it looked like originally, its GMTK form, and this is what it looks like now. I originally thought I'd shoot for 50 levels of content, but at this point I have over 80 levels complete thus far, with the goal to have at least 100. Now these 80 plus levels will have to be play tested to whittle them down to actually good or decent levels, of course. And I'm still trying to figure out how to introduce the controls and gameplay mechanics in a non-intrusive way, or sort of an intuitive way, really. And I'm also thinking about having some sort of store, maybe to purchase helpful items. Of course, I'm not sure how that works with a puzzle game, so haven't figured that out yet. And then maybe a museum of some sort holding virtual trophies, attesting to the player's accomplishments. As of this recording, I currently have 9 different monster types in the game, with 11 other game mechanics that will be introduced throughout the levels. This is somewhat problematic, as I need to curate all these new mechanics and monster types so that they get introduced to the player while still allowing some amount of freedom to the player to choose which or what levels to try next. I have divided the map up into several different regions and have also created a few more tile sets to match those regions. That's some other changes that I've done since the last devlog, is having an overworld where the player can sort of choose has a limited choice to choose what levels that they want to try next. But many of these regions are locked, and so they'll require a certain number of what I call dice pips to unlock. And dice pips are awarded whenever a level is completed for the first time. If you get enough pips, then you can unlock another region of your choice. In each region, I have placed specific monsters that serve as the main foundation on which to build the levels within that themed area. For example, I have a little village area which revolves around the zombie monster and its special ability. So one issue I'm currently facing is the introduction of these other gameplay mechanics. Now, some of them are represented by special dice that can be picked up, while others, like movable blocks, are environmental items that can be interacted with in certain ways. Now, this all works pretty well, but I find myself wanting to use a mechanic from another region in a different region. Now, to a certain degree, this is of course necessary, but I guess I'm just unsure how strict I want to be about it. I'll probably have locked sub-regions of some sort which mix more of the mechanics and monsters together to provide some more variety. I'm just not sure yet how I'll gate access to those areas. Maybe completion of certain puzzles from several other regions that have some or all of those mechanics in them. I just don't know yet. I still plan to release the game on Steam sometime this year, maybe in early access, perhaps, to get some people to help me beta test it. For now, though, if you want to play the old GMTK 2022 version, the link to that is in the description, and I would be interested if anybody has any feedback. Just leave me feedback on that page. That would be great. But if you're watching this in late 2023 or afterwards, I might have a link to the full game release on Steam. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what happens in the next video.